Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabre, here again with another movie review. Yes, indeed, I think I've recorded 4 episodes. I was actually going to stop, but I was like, well, I'm already here, and I did watch one more movie. Why not talk about it? So, might as well. Yes, indeed, I want to slack on my content and leave the channel without videos like I did during the holiday season. Yes, indeed. So I came across this movie, or I knew of its existence many years ago, thanks to the spoony one, Noah Antweiler. Yes, indeed. Does anyone out there remember who Noah Antweiler is? He was the spoony one, and he would do reviews about video games and movies. And he would do this thing called Rebuary, where he would showcase the movies by Reb Brown. Now, I didn't know Reb Brown from Captain America, and I can't remember what other movie he did that I knew about, but Spoony, I think I saw him in Miami Vice, yes indeed, but Spoony would showcase all of his movies. Some I didn't even know about, other than Uncommon Valor. That's the one with Gene Hackman. He was the detonation expert. But he would showcase every movie that Reb Brown was in. The only one I don't remember he ever did was Space Mutiny. And I think he mentioned that he didn't do Space Mutiny because it was done by the Mystery Science Theater team. But he talked about Robo War, which I didn't know about. He talked about, what was the other one? Strike Commando, which I didn't know about. He did Howling 2, which I didn't know about because it was Werewolf, a sequel to Howling, and had Christopher Lee, so I didn't know about that one. He did Frontline, I think it was. A whole bunch of stuff. And one of those movies that he showcased was a movie called The Cage with Reb Brown and Lou Ferrigno. So after seeing it, I tracked it down, I watched it, and I liked it. And Westwell Videos, Westwell Video Store, that's run by Video Tasties, Sir Gareth himself, let me rent a copy of The Cage. And of course, I had to pop it in and watch it. Yes, indeed. And I want to talk about it. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So what is The Cage about? Well, it stars Reb Brown, like I said, and Lou Ferrigno, and it starts with them fighting in Vietnam, because a lot of Reb Brown movies were done in Vietnam. And they're trying to escape, and there's this epic shootout, like, trying to shoot their way to the copter. Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Yes, indeed. And Lou Ferrigno gets into the chopper, and then the choppers, we can't wait, we gotta fly away. And they start lifting off. And then Reb Brown's, run, you sons of bitches! And he gets there, Lou Ferrigno grabs him, and then Lou Ferrigno gets a bullet to the head, and he's bleeding out. But Lou Ferrigno, he's the Hulk. He has a death grip on Reb Brown. And even though his noggin, they shot him in the head, he's still clinching to Reb Brown to not let his captain fall down and die. And then they get to safety, and then Lou Ferrigno has to go through rehab, but of course, he's not all there. You know, getting a bullet to the head will probably cause some severe brain damage, and it does. So, they get out back from Nam, and they have a bar, and they're running their bar, and they're living their dreams, but apparently they're not very good financial administrators, because the bar is, unfortunately, not doing that well. You know, I guess, it takes a special mathematical and administrative skill to run a bar. And between Lou Ferrigno and Reb Brown, they're not doing so well. But one of their friends like, look, I work for you. I'm retired. I have some money saved. Take my money. And Reb Brown, no, I'm not going to take your money. I'm going to figure it out. I'll figure it out. And then it cuts to the actual cage. There's this undersea ground organization of cage fighting to the death. And it's run by the guy from Die Hard. Yes, indeed, the one that got his head shot off by Alan Rickman. And he's the one that's controlling this shady, underground, illegal fighting league. And a couple of mobsters take this one guy who gets his ass kicked. And one of the mobsters was like, the fuck, where you find this guy? Well, he's a professional wrestler. And the other guy, what do you mean a professional wrestler? Wrestling is not a sport. What are you talking about? Wrestling's not a sport. And he's like, fuck you. And then he goes talk to the Die Hard guy. And he's like, look, we kind of fucked up. Give us another chance. And the other guy's like, sure, I'll give you another chance. You have 3 days to find another fighter, or we're going to break your knees. And the mob guys are like, shit. So they go to Red Brown's bar, and then a couple of cholos say, yeah, you say, we want to give us money for protection, they say. And Red Brown and Lou Ferrigno kick them out. And then the two mobsters see Lou Ferrigno's like, hey, we can use that guy. And they do. They convince him to fight in the illegal thing. So Lou Ferrigno has superhuman strength and starts kicking ass. But of course the other guy's like, ah, shit, you beat my guy. But he has to fight again. And the other guy's like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll fight in 30 minutes. And they're like, what, 30 minutes? He just got his ass kicked. That's stupid. And he's like, well, it's my league. You'll do as I say. And now they're in deep shit. And Red Brown first has to get revenge because the two cholos burned down the bar and unfortunately burned down the lady that was going to lend them the money. So he's like, revenge! And Red Brown actually gets his revenge by killing people. Then he remembers, oh shit, where's Lou Ferrigno? And then he encounters him in the cage. And another Die Hard alumni, this guy over here, is also there, but he's a secret undercover cop that is there to take down the secret illegal underground cage fighting. And so they kind of team up, and Lou Ferrigno gets his ass kicked, so Red Brown has to take his place and actually defeat the bad guy. But then things go amok. There's a shootout, all the mobsters get shot, a bunch of the men get shot, and the guy from Die Hard runs away, and Lou Ferrigno's like, oh! And then bears hug the guy and just crushes him, and you can hear the snap, crackle, pop. And he's like, oh, this is the worst pain ever. Well, except that one time that I got shot in the head. But eventually the good guys win. Lou Ferrigno and Red Brown go back. They definitely lost the bar because it burned down. But they had a moral victory against the Die Hard guy that got his head shot off. But, plot twist, he's not dead because you can see his broken body and his hands move. Chun, chun, chun. And yes, this did have a sequel, Cage 2. But I haven't been able to find that one anywhere, and it's been too long since I've seen it, so yeah. I don't know if the Cage, I know it has a DVD release, and I know it came out on VHS because, again, that's how I rented it with West Wales Video. But if you can find a copy of The Cage, definitely give it a watch. I highly recommend it. It's not on Tubi, at least not Mexican Tubi. I haven't been able to find it on any other platform. I think once I saw it on YouTube. So if you want to deal with the constant abusive advertising of YouTube, you can watch it there, or you can rent it on West Wales Video Store. Yes, indeed. Tell him Professor Macabre sent you, and question Sir Garrett as much as you can about the movie and other Red Brown movies. Yes, indeed. Get him to cough up the $600 to get that interview with Red Brown. But have you seen The Cage? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabre thanking you and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.